roofers in Arizona. That's not a career that's supposed to last long. There's a reason you don't see a lot of 70-year-old guys on oil derricks outside of Louisiana. That career's not supposed to last 50 years. You can be a podiatrist, a baker, a veterinarian for a long time, a sports writer for a long time. The fact that the Patriots dynasty continues is unbelievable. This is not supposed to be this way in professional football. Here's how long this thing has lasted. LaDainian Tomlinson got drafted in 2001, the same year the dynasty started. He played his entire career, then retired, then waited the mandatory 5 years, and was voted into the Hall of Fame, and it's still going. I mean, the guy was drafted, the guy played, the guy waited, got it inducted to the Hall of Fame, and the thing's still going. It's incredible. Basketball, dynasties and basketball, pro basketball go hand in hand. Dynasties in football don't last this long. First of all, there's the injury component. Guys get hurt. In the NFL, Gronk hurt, Edelman hurt, Hightower hurt. They've had great players hurt in the playoffs, missed the playoffs, missed Super Bowls. What if Durant and Curry couldn't play in an NBA Finals? So in the NFL, you have random and regular injuries to star players, and the Patriots have had them for 18 years. No effect. I mean, last night, James White, they made him their best receiver, and Cordarrelle Patterson, wide receiver, they made their best running back. They just invent new ways to win. They never play down to opponents. I mean, in football, if you have a bad quarter, you lose the game. You're out of the playoffs. In football, an unlucky break, a tip pass that becomes an interception, you lose, you're out of the playoffs. In football, a bad call in the fourth quarter, you're out of the playoffs. You should be out of the playoffs even if you're a better team all the time. In the NBA, a bad quarter, who cares? It's a 7-game playoff series. An unlucky tip pass, we'll make it up tomorrow in Game 4. A bad officiating call, that's Game 2 of the series. The NBA also is not a coach's sport. Okay? The NFL is a coach's sport. That's why they pay football coaches in Boise more than they pay the Yankee manager or the Atlanta Hawks coach. Football's a coaching sport. And the minute you win the Super Bowl, your coaches leave. Your assistants leave. Your coordinators leave. Philadelphia lost its best 2 offensive guys. Go ask Philadelphia. Go ask the Giants. Go ask the Steelers. It's hard to get back. Go ask Drew Brees. Go ask Peyton Manning. Even if you got the quarterback right, you're losing your best coordinators. You're losing your players to injuries, tip passes, bad breaks, bad calls. It's a one and done. It's March Madness. Bad quarter, bad 8-minute stretch. You're done. You're out. Bad break, bad call. The dynasties aren't supposed to last this long. This is unbelievable. I mean, there are no 70-year-old roofers in Arizona. That's not a career that's supposed to last that long. There are no 70-year-old guys on oil derricks in Louisiana. I mean, in the NFL, you win your division, they make your schedule tougher the next year. Doesn't work that way in the NBA. Doesn't work that way in college football. Doesn't work that way in college basketball. Doesn't work that way in hockey. Doesn't work that way in baseball. In football, you win your division. Let's give them a tougher first-place schedule. I mean, it's just incredible what's happening right now. Here's how long this dynasty has lasted. The New England dynasty has been going on so long, it started before the Houston Texans were a team. LaDainian Tomlinson's entire career, drafted, played, waited, Hall of Fame, it's still going. No signs of slowing. And it's not supposed to work this way. Last night was a classic opportunity to stumble, and they didn't. Of course, they didn't. Here's a story on the Browns that's interesting. Baker Mayfield, who I've been critical of, won't exactly miss Hugh Jackson. According to stories, Mayfield didn't love Hugh Jackson. You can tell the same story 2 different ways. I will argue that Hard Knocks got Hugh Jackson fired, not the 2-5-1 record. You can spin that 2-5-1 record a lot of different ways. If you didn't see Hugh Jackson's ego on display, you could spin it like, hey, we're a legitimate field goal kicker from 4-4. You could spin it that, hey, This thing, we were 0-16 last year with a rookie quarterback. Steelers twice, Ravens, Chargers, Saints. We're 2-5-1. But remember the Hard Knocks moment with Hugh Jackson? These reality shows are divorce magnets. They make nobody looks good in these reality shows. Des Bryant was on an Amazon reality show, can't get work. Looked like a crazy person. Nobody looks good in a reality show. Remember this Hard Knocks a few months ago?
Our team has to get mentally tougher and be able to fight through the that we got to fight through. We got to change this drastically. And if we got guys that haven't done sitting around doing nothing, I just don't know how we're going to do it.
Well, I respect you saying that. I mean, I used to sit in the same chair.
Joe,
let me finish. Let me finish. I used to sit in the same chair as you guys sat in, and I used to feel the same way. I just want to kill them, okay? Until all of a sudden, I sat in this chair, and then they're not there. Say it again, but the chair I sit in, a little different than the chair you guys sit in. I get to watch from a different lens. Like Al taught me a long time ago. What is it, Al? Give it to me.
It's your team, you do whatever the hell you want.
When it's your team, you do whatever the hell you want. Okay, so this one's mine. So that's just the way it's going to be.
So you see that ego, and then when you see it resurface in 8 weeks, you're like, oh, if you don't see that with Hard Knocks, you can spin 2-5-1 a lot of different ways. By the way, with Andrew Luck, the Colts are 3-5, and there's nothing but optimism. That's with Andrew Luck. 3-5, arguably in a worse division with Andrew Luck. Nothing but optimism because you don't see Frank Reich's ego. He's not on Hard Knocks. Okay? The Jets, what are they, like 3-5? The Jets, Todd Bowles, quiet. You never see him. You never hear from him. He's understated, respectful, quiet, no ego. Jets are 3-5. There's nothing but optimism. We just got to get Sam Darnold players. The Colts and the Jets with quiet, understated coaches who don't go on Hard Knocks, who don't show the ego. Everybody's like optimistic. Yet with a rookie quarterback, you face Drew Brees, Flacco, Rivers, Ben twice. You're 2-5-1. And everybody's like, whoa, man overboard. Even the Browns owner yesterday, when he made the move, listen to this.
It's hard to win in the NFL. If anybody knows that, it's us. And I think the message today is we're not going to put up with internal discord. That we want people who are collaborative and work together.
So you want people who are collaborative and work together, but yet Greg Williams is your guy now? Yelling, screaming Greg Williams is your guy now. Longtime guy that in New Orleans paid players to hurt other players. Bounty Gate guy. He's the uniter. Really. We want people who unite people. Greg Williams can't keep a job. He's a screamer. He's a yeller. He's paying guys to hurt other guys. That's a uniter? I'm telling you, reality TV shows, if they call you, hang the phone up.
Well, unfortunately, they don't have a choice.
I know.
If they get picked for Hard Knocks. But I think if you do get picked and you know that this is what's a possible outcome to the situation, you just have to fake your way through it.
People are not meant to be videotaped all the time. In your house, at your work, we all have bad moments. We all lose our temper. We all say silly stuff. You try to perform when the camera's around. Even if you're kind of an authentic person, you feel like you got to perform.
It's almost better if you do perform because if you forget the camera's there, that's kind of when it becomes problematic.
But you could spin 2-5-1 a lot of ways. But Frank Reich, quiet, understated, they're 3-5 with Andrew Luck in a bad division. Everybody's like, love Frank Reich and the way we're headed. Sam Darnold's man overboard. 3-5 Todd Bowles, understated, quiet, professional. Not a peep, optimistic. This is man overboard? You can spin 2-5-1. I could make an argument. Can I just throw a name out to you? I'm going to throw out a very interesting name for this Browns job. I haven't heard it mentioned anywhere, and I think you're going to be shocked. I'm going to do that on the other side. He's a current NFL coach. He's a top NFL coach, and I don't think he's going to have a job in